You got to take Harambe, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, the strength to weight ratio is just way higher than humans.
It's the new hotness. Every podcast has decided they need a quarterback on once a week to make sure that they're I actually don't know the reasoning behind it.
I think I know the reasoning behind it. It's because Aaron Rodgers did it.
Right.
Oh, why don't we call Jared?
Oh, yeah, we can call Jared. All right. Good call.
Yeah, let's get Jared on the pod. I've got so many
Jared's
fullbacks.
calling me back. Here we go.
Okay.
Jared.
What's up?
Dude, I don't know if you've noticed, but like every podcast is having a quarterback on every week.
Okay.
So we want to have, we were going to have Blake on for one question every week, but we called him, he didn't pick up. So you're just going to be on this week for one question. Is that cool?
Sure.
All right. So you're on right now. What was our one question?
Our question was going to be, do you think Queen Elizabeth's in heaven?
Oh, do you think Queen Elizabeth is in heaven?
I hope so.
All right, Josh, my one question, are you him?
I think there's too many hymns right now.
Yeah. It's like church.
There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them going around. I think if everybody's great, nobody's great. So there's got to be a new word, you know.
Hey Matt, Jake Marsh, part of My Take podcast. Congratulations on the win this week. But what's the longest you have gone without having to hear about 28-3?
Oh.
I'll give like the in-season answer. It's once a week because it's every stadium I go into. Some unoriginal clown comes up and goes with the 28-3 line. So It's every week in season. But during the off season, it just depends if I'm back in New England or not. If I'm up in New England where I went to school, where my wife's from, then we'll hear plenty about it.
And now you have to reset the counter because Jake just brought it up. So today,
correct. Yes, twice this week.
Yeah.
If you could get one guy for the month of December and the playoffs, so you get him for the playoffs too to join the Bengals, between Odell Beckham, LeBron James at tight end, or Harambe is alive again and he's playing defensive end, and he's doing a 3-man rotation with Trey and Sam Hubbard, who are you taking?
You got to take Harambe, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, the strength to weight ratio is just way higher than humans.
You got to get after the quarterback in the playoffs. You have to be able to heat him up. Like you got to take Josh Allen or Mahomes. I think the only person that's taking Josh Allen down is probably a Silverback Gorilla.
Yeah.
That's a easy 7 sacks a game, I'm sure.
One question with a quarterback. Kirk, I saw when you were in London after the game, you did the gritty off the field. Do you think you killed the gritty? It's not cool anymore after you did it.
I haven't seen the tape, so I got to see the tape, and then I can give you a better answer. But no, there's room for improvement. There's always room for improvement. We can all be better, Big Cat, but I got to watch that tape, certainly. And I would agree that anything that I do is no longer cool. So, like, when I wear the plaid button down to week 1, it looks like I got it from Kohl's. But if Justin Jefferson wears that same plaid button down to next week's press conference, everybody in Minnesota is buying a plaid button down. So I'm fully aware of that, and I don't want to do anything to tarnish the gritty. It's got a lot of momentum right now, so it's probably best if I just stay away from it.
I hate that you have the self-awareness there because that makes me okay. All right, that was a good answer. That was a good answer to my one question.
Also,
God damn it.
I don't think Minnesota needs any help buying button-down flannel
That's
shirts.
true.
I feel like
that's true.
They're doing okay.
That's why I fit right in.
Yeah.
That's why I fit right in.
Blake Bortles, my question is, we had a little bit of a discussion, possibly people reaching out to you to see if you could, train, come in, maybe be a backup. How are you? Are you in good shape? Are you ready to be signed by a team? Maybe even the Patriots. Hank is trying to hog all the Blakes.
I did. I heard Hank mention that the other day, and I appreciated that, Hank. I have not touched a football since January.
Fuck.
I didn't tell anybody I retired. Months ago, probably. Just didn't tell anyone. So I guess you guys are kind of the first to hear it publicly, maybe.
What's your hand size?
Okay, there we go.
Good
Yeah,
question,
that's
good.
hey, that is going to be a big story.
Yeah,
They're big.
I haven't. Do you guys have a ruler in
Those
here?
are big.
Actually,
Wait. We can use the iPhone measurement tool.
Yeah, I do.
I do know I have big hands. I think it's anywhere between 10 and a quarter and 10 and a half.
Whoa!
So I knew that
huge.
I would have had, I think, one of the bigger hands in the draft class last year.
Will Levis's hand size. PFT's doing the calculations.
All right, we got official measurement.
Official measurement. Here it comes.
10.5. They're huge.
Whoa! Those are fucking
They're
massive.
huge. And trust me, my phone sometimes makes things like not as long as you would think when you measure them. So like, it's a legit 10.5.
What's up, Kenny? Quick question. What happens when you throw a football without a glove on?
Oof. I do that in the walkthrough, and everybody on the offense is just amazed at how I'm able to do it. So it's not too different, but I manage during the walkthroughs without the gloves.
On a given day, how many times does Dan Campbell say the word man?
At least, when we're in the building, players at least 100. At least. I'm sure he does it a lot in his interviews. But man, no, he does it a lot. Yeah, probably at least 100.
All right, I would want it no other way.
Are you the best red-headed college football player of all time?
Ooh, Andy Dalton went to TCU, and he was a legend. So I mean, I don't know the other redheads that are around college football, but that might be a goal to kind of reach, like those guys though. Andy is still kind of the legacy at TCU that I'm still trying to be like. Maybe we need to start getting more redheads, playing quarterback in college football and in the NFL.
Representation.
We're dying slowly, which is not good.
Swag, big fan. How many quarterbacks in the NFL right now do you think that you could start over?
50%.
Ooh!
I was going to say higher, but that you're a modest guy.
Obviously Tom Brady, 7 Super Bowls, Peyton Manning, all these records. But would you argue, and I would make this argument, but I want to know what your take is, that you actually have the greatest NFL career of all time with 178 pass completions and $42 million made?
It's so funny to me because every time that I'll get some camera time in a game or go into the game, Twitter just goes nuts. And there's always a meme. There's always something that goes viral. And it's probably you two doing it one of the times. Hey, this pass attempts, this much money. Listen, the money's been good, but it doesn't necessarily define who I am. And listen, I don't take it for granted because it's been a really good career. I've honestly I've played well, but I think I have just a really good agent. That's to be honest with you. I feel like my agent should go down as a Hall of Fame.
Gardner, I know that you're a tough guy. We've had you on the show. You talked about having to break your own hand, which was a crazy story. If the doctors were to X-ray your heart, how many dogs do you think would be in there?
Man, that's a good question. But I don't know if it's about the number of the dogs, but the size of the heart in the dogs. And my dogs have big hearts, and so I'd say there's probably about 2 dogs with very big hearts.
Okay.
I like that.
It feels like.
Yeah.
It's like the size of the dog in the fight.
Yeah.
You've got small dogs, but if you X-ray them, your dogs have dogs in them.
Yeah.
Chad, it seems like a diet Chad might be a Blake, and you played with the Blakest Blake of them all. Two-time Blake of the Year champion?
Yeah.
Blake Bortles. What is your favorite Blake Bortles story?
So Blake on Super Bowl Sunday is like, let's go play some golf. And I was like, all right, no problem, 10 a.m., meet you at the course. Of course, we get too messed up. We're drinking 15 beers, maybe 3 or 4 minis. I'm like, shit, I call my wife. I'm like, how about my wife makes us some Super Bowl get up, a little food, a little drink. So we Uber to my house, and I just get nasty sick. I just start throwing up everywhere, dry heaving. I was like, Blake, why don't you stay down, get a beer? Brittany will be down. Hopefully she'll cook you some food. Took an hour. My wife's pissed. And Blake's just down there for an hour just drinking a beer, and he's like, dude, I'm leaving. I sat on the toilet for 6 hours, dry heaving, just throwing up. It's ridiculous.
So he left? Oh, I can't ask a question.
He left. Yeah. He left. He was like, you know what? I'm not staying around for you, dude. You got to get it together.